Let's have a seat so that we can kind of tune in, set our intentions, etc. And we're going to take a little bit of extra time with our intention setting. So this morning's practice, we are actually going to be doing moon salutations. You guys frequently do sun salutations with me, and we'll do them fairly rigorously around the full moon time because we're counteracting that energy. Well, we're about to have a new moon, and so we want to increase a lunar energy. And so we will do Chandra Namaskar this morning, which is moon salutations. It's a gentler flow. We take our time with it. I think you'll like it. But it also corresponds with the energy of the new moon, which is a time for setting intentions, bringing new things into your life. So as you settle in to your comfortable, straight, aligned spine this morning, I want you to just take a deep breath in through your nose and a nice relaxed exhale through the mouth. Be very mindful of how your body is feeling this morning. Just begin to breathe a deep, slow, gentle Ujjayi breath. Notice any particular thought patterns, so kind of the speed and quality of your thoughts. Notice any emotions that you might be feeling. Notice what your energy is like this morning. And then, as promised, a little extra time for setting intentions. What I'd like you to do is first set your intention for your practice this morning. And then set your intention for your entire day. And then I'd like you to set an intention for the coming month. So as I said, new moons are quite powerful times for bringing new things into fruition. So let's take just a few breaths to really concentrate on what would serve us best during our practice for the rest of today and then for the coming month. When you're clear on all of your intentions, one more time to yourself, very concisely, state your intention for your practice this morning. And then state your intention for your day. And then finally, state your intention for the coming month. And I want you to bring your palms together in front of your forehead. We're going to take those intentions that we just thought of and concisely stated to ourselves. We're going to bring our palms down in front of our heart. We're pulling those intentions from our thinking head down into our feeling heart where we can embody them. Take another really deep breath in through your nose. And then exhale through your mouth. Relax your arms. Let's just roll the shoulders back a couple of times. And then come to standing. And because we're doing Chandra Namaskar, moon salutations, we begin a little differently. You will be working both sides of your mat today. You're going to be standing facing the long side. Normally we're facing the short side, right? And I would like you to stand on the left side of your mat and just take a moment in Tadasana, getting rooted and grounded. Bring your palms together in front of your heart. And we're going to go through these flows really mindfully and slowly this morning. So this is quite the opposite of a rigorous, active sun salutation. This is a slow and gentle moon salutation. So keeping your palms together, raise your arms up and overhead. And then even look up at the hands if that's all right with your neck. And then you're going to lean to your left, letting your gaze be at your right upper arm. So you're stretching out the right side of your torso. Just keep your breath even, deep, and fluid. And then inhale, come back up. And exhale and lean to your right. Gaze is at the left upper arm. You're going to come back up, take the arms straight out to the side, and take a big step out with your right foot. So you're in what we call star pose. Let the toes rotate out. Bend your knees, pressing them out towards the little toe. Tailbone points towards the ground. Bend your elbows to 90 degrees. So this is goddess pose. Everything is very feminine during lunar time, right? The sun is considered male energy. The moon is considered female energy. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Rotate your left foot out so it's parallel to the long sides of the mat. Right foot rotates in. Lengthen the rib cage and come into triangle pose on the left. And just take your time this morning. All of your movements are gentle and mindful. Bring your right hand down to meet your left hand and just kind of lengthen out over that left leg. And then from here, depends on what your stance was like when you stepped into that goddess pose. I know for me, mine was a little short. I'm actually going to step my right leg back a hair. You may not need to, but we're going to go ahead and drop the right knee down to come into a lunge. So adjust your footing if you need to. Untuck the right toes. And we're going to bring it into a crescent lunge, honoring the crescent moon. So the arms come up and overhead. Let your palms touch. Like we usually do, tilt the pelvis back, let the hips move forward. But if it's all right with your body, you lift the chest and roll it back a little bit. You're trying to get that beautiful crescent moon shape. Work within your limits. It's just our first time through. You'll have a few of these. So you can go deeper each time, but we're just opening up the front of the body. And then bring the hands down to the mat, kind of on the inside of your left foot. Let your left foot angle in slightly. You're just going to roll onto the outside edge of your right heel. It takes you straight into Skandasana, the side lunge. You can keep your hands on the ground if you need to, or bring your palms together. And then from here, we're simply transitioning into this pose on the other side. Right foot comes down, left heel points towards the ceiling. Use your hands to support. Be mindful of knee issues. Take a couple of breaths. You'll notice that this flow is completely circular, like the moon, as are sun salutations, right? So you're going to bring your hands down to the mat and just swivel around so that you're in a lunge now. You're pointing in the opposite direction. You have a right foot forward lunge. So we do that crescent lunge here. Palms are together, up and overhead. Keep your palms touching. Tilt your pelvis back. Let the hips move forward. Lift the rib cage. Roll it back just as much as you can. Remember, don't overdo. Lunar energy is about being soft and intuitive. It also means we don't rush. We've got plenty of time. And then bring the hands down either side of that right foot. Left toes turn under. I'm gonna step forward a tiny bit and spin my heel flat and begin to straighten the leg, coming into Parsvottanasana. So you'll notice it's the reverse of what we were doing before. Adjust your feet anytime you need to in this flow. From here, you'll simply transition into triangle. So just taking time to open up, never any need to rush. Come up with your arms straight out to the side. Rotate the toes out. Bend your knees, press them out towards the little toes. Bend your elbows for your goddess pose. And then from here, straighten your legs. You're gonna step your left foot over to the right side of the mat. Palms are together up and overhead. You are leaning to your right. Come on up and you are leaning to your left. Come back up, bring your palms together in front of your heart. So you started on the left side of your mat, now you're on the right side of your mat. We reverse that full circle and go the other way. So keeping your palms touching, pardon me, inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, lean to your right. Now we're gonna hold it, we're not rushing through. We're just taking our time, opening the body, allowing our intuition to lead the way. Inhaling back up and exhaling to the left. Inhale back up, arms out to the side, step out with your left foot now. Toes rotate out. Bend your knees, press them towards the little toe. Hands come up for goddess pose. You want about 90-degree angle at your elbows. Make sure your tailbone's pointing down. You don't want to overarch the back here, so you're actually kind of tilting the pelvis back a little bit. And then we straighten the legs, straighten the arms. Left foot rotates in, right foot rotates out. We lengthen out to the right for our triangle pose. From triangle pose, bring your left hand down. Just kind of lengthen out over that right leg. So getting that nice hamstring stretch in Parsvottanasana. Swivel onto the left toes. Adjust the length of your stance if you need to. We're dropping the left knee down, untucking the toes so that we can come into our crescent lunge. So the palms are touching. They're up and overhead. We lift the chest and allow the hips to move forward. Maybe rolling a little farther back this morning, maybe not. Listening to your body. And then we bring the hands down on the inside of that right foot. Rotate your right foot in a little bit. Stay bending into that right knee. Let the left heel find the floor. Left toes point up. So you're moving into Skandasana, that side lunge. Support your weight on your hands if you need to. Take another breath. Slow, mindful movements this morning. Hands come down. You walk yourself over towards your left foot. Right toes are pointing towards the ceiling, Skandasana. We begin the return journey. Take another breath here. Hands to the mat. You're swiveling around to your crescent lunge. Right knee on the ground, toes untuck. Palms are together, up and overhead. Hips are moving forward. Chest is rolling back. This is your crescent lunge. In a true traditional crescent lunge, your right knee would actually be off the floor a little bit, but this is a gentle practice today, so we're not going there. We're going to bring the hands down on either side of the left foot. Get that right heel flat and angled in for Parsvottanasana. Again, feel free to adjust length of stance, etc., as you need to this morning. From here, we just transition this into triangle. And then you're going to come up with the arms straight. Rotate the feet out. Bend your knees, press the knees out, bend your elbows, goddess pose. Straighten your legs. Step to the left side of your mat, palms together, arms up and overhead, leaning to your left. Coming all the way back up and leaning to your right. Coming back up and bringing your palms together in front of your heart. So you've done 2 full circles, right? But that's actually 1 Chandra Namaskar. So you're back where you started, yeah? So we're going to do it again. I want you to get familiar with this. I want you to be able to really feel into your body and notice your thoughts and emotions as you're moving. So from here, inhale the arms up, palms stay together. Exhale, leaning to your left. And again, we're not rushing through. We want to take our time. Slow, beautiful, mindful movements. Inhaling, coming back up. Exhaling and leaning to the right. Inhaling back up, taking the arms out to the side, stepping the right foot out, letting the toes rotate out, bending the knees, pressing them towards the little toe. Arms come to 90 degrees for your goddess pose. Straighten your legs, straighten your arms, rotate the right foot in and the left foot out. Lengthen out for your triangle pose. Bring your right hand down. Adjust your stance if you need to. Lengthening out over that left leg. And by the way, you'll notice that we began everything on the left side, and that's because that's the lunar side. The left side of your body is considered lunar and feminine energy. The right side is considered solar and male. From here, go ahead and swivel onto the right toes. Adjust your stance if you need to. Drop your right knee down. Untuck the toes. Palms are together, up and overhead. Hips move forward. Rib cage rolls back. Hands come down inside the left foot. You're going to rotate that left foot in slightly, roll to the right heel. Find yourself in Skandasana, your side lunge. Support your weight on your hands if you need to. Be very mindful and kind and gentle to knees and ankles, all of your parts. From here, hands are on the mat, so you can walk yourself over, position your right foot, and let the left toes point up. And hopefully, in this case, right heel would be flat. You don't really want to be on your toes for these poses. Hands come down, we swivel around, facing the right side of the mat. The left knee drops, the foot untucks. Palms are together, up and overhead. Coming into your crescent lunge, just taking your time. We bring the hands back down. Come back up onto the left foot, get the heel flat, and begin to straighten the right leg. Coming into Parsvottanasana, lengthening out that right hamstring. From here, transitioning into triangle pose. From your triangle pose, coming up, arms out to the side. Rotating the feet out so that you can bend your knees and elbows. Coming into your goddess pose. Straightening your legs, stepping to the right side of the mat. Palms reach up and overhead, leaning to the right side. Coming back up, leaning to the left side. Inhaling back up. Exhaling, palms together in front of your heart. And now we return. Inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Keep your palms together. Exhaling, leaning to your right. Inhaling up, exhaling, leaning to your left. Inhaling up, taking the arms to the side, taking your side step, rotating the feet out, bending the elbows and knees, goddess pose. Straightening the legs and arms. Left foot rotates in, right foot rotates out. Lengthening the rib cage to the right for triangle. Bringing left hand down, lengthening out over right thigh. Swiveling onto the left toes, dropping the left knee down, untucking the toes, palms together up and overhead for your crescent lunge. Hands down inside the right foot, angling the right toes forward as you rotate onto your left heel, Skandasana. Transitioning to Skandasana to the left. Hands down, crescent lunge, right knee down, toes untucked, palms are together, up and overhead. Hands down, right foot is flat, both legs straighten as you lengthen out over your left thigh. Transition this into triangle. Coming back up, goddess. Stepping feet together at the left side of the mat, arms are up and overhead, leaning to your left. Coming back up and leaning to your right. Come back to the center, palms together. So that's 2 full Chandra Namaskar. We have 1 more for our standing part of the practice today. So 3 is an auspicious number in the yoga tradition. Actually, it isn't a lot of traditions. And so this will be your 3rd and final Chandra Namaskar. And this time I'm not going to give you all of the alignment cues. I'm just going to have you move into the pose so that you can be a little bit more introspective and mindful. Arms up and overhead, palms touch. Side bend to the left. Come up and side bend to the right. Come up, step wide, goddess pose. Triangle to the left. Parsvottanasana to the left. Crescent lunge, right knee on the ground. Hands down, Skandasana on the left side. Skandasana on the right side. Crescent lunge on the right side. Parsvottanasana on the right side. Triangle to the right. Goddess pose. Step to the right side of the mat, arms up and overhead, side bend to the right. Side bend to the left. Palms together in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Last half. Arms up, side bend to the right. Side bend to the left. Goddess pose. Triangle to the right. Parsvottanasana to the right. Crescent lunge. Skandasana to the right. Skandasana to the left. Crescent lunge to the left. Parsvottanasana. Triangle. Goddess. Step feet together to the left side of the mat. Side bend to your left. Side bend to your right. Back to the center, palms together in front of the heart. Pause right here, right now. 3 full moon salutations, Chandra, Namaskar. Recall the intention that you set for your practice, for your day, and for the month. Take a big inhale, reach the arms up and overhead. Go ahead and exhale and simply fold forward. From your forward bend, have a seat. Find your sit bones. Just pause for a moment. Dandasana. So you can see this is still a flowing opening practice, and yet the energy is quite different from our traditional sun salutations. This might just be the first practice you've ever done without a downward facing dog or any of the warrior poses. It's nice to put these practices in occasionally to balance things. For those of us that prefer the more rigorous vinyasa classes, these moon salutations or gentler practices are really critical for keeping balance. Go ahead and raise the arms up and overhead. And as you exhale, just extend yourself out over both legs. Nice seated forward bend. We're going to come up from that. Keep your right leg straight. I'd like you to bring your left foot across your right thigh with the left foot flat. We're twisting to the left. So your left hand is going to be behind you. You're either hugging the left knee or bringing the right elbow outside of it. Spine is straight, shoulders are relaxed. And we're just looking over that left shoulder. Unwind yourself, extend your left leg out. Take your right foot across your left thigh. Twist to your right. Unwind, extend both legs. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Begin with your hands right by your backside to help keep the spine straight and long. Press the knees out to the sides and then reach them down for the ground. So traditional Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose, sometimes called cobbler's pose. Now keep your feet where they are, but bring the hands to the toes and begin to gently lean out over your legs. Come up from that. Simply cross your legs. We're going to move into a deeper side bend from a seated position. You're going to put your left hand on the ground. We're going to lean to the left first. I want you to slide your left hand as far to the left as you can without letting your right glute lift. Keep it planted. And then take that right arm up and overhead, straight arm, reaching through the fingertips, and then maybe bending the left elbow. But we keep pressing through that right glute, reaching through right fingertips. Coming up from that, and take the right hand to the floor, slide it out. Make sure you keep your left hip firmly planted on the ground. Then reach the left arm up and over, very straight left arm. And if you want to, you can bend the right elbow, but keep pushing your left hip into the ground. Come all the way back up from that. Bring your hands to your knees. Really gentle seated cat-cow variation. Chin stays parallel to the floor, so don't let your head flip back and forth. As you inhale, let your rib cage move forward. As you exhale, allow the rib cage to move back. Come back to neutral. As you inhale, let your rib cage move to the right. As you exhale, let it move to the left. So now we're just taking the rib cage side to side. Inhaling to the right, exhaling to the left. One more time. And then come back to the center. If you put those movements together, you'll be able to circle your rib cage in both directions. So we're going to do 3 in each direction. I want you to follow your own breath rate and speed. But if you push the rib cage forward to one side, to the back, and to the other side, you'll have a rib cage circle. So 3 in each direction. As you finish out, just pause for a moment. Make sure your shoulders feel relaxed. From here, we're simply going to transition onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest and rock side to side if you would like. We are going to keep the left knee hugged in and extend the right leg all the way out onto the ground. Nice deep squeeze of this left knee. Then we're simply transitioning this into a spinal twist. Left leg comes across the body. Left arm opens to the left, preferably with your palm up. Maybe your head turns to the left. On your next inhale, come back up. As you exhale, hug your left knee in And you can bring your right knee up to meet it. Give yourself a little rock. Keep the right knee hugged in. Extend your left leg all the way out. And then we transition it into a twist to the left. Right arm opens out to the right. Head turns to the right if that feels okay with you. On your next inhale, come back up. As you exhale, hug your right knee in. Bring the left knee up to meet it. Rock side to side. Place the feet flat on the mat, preparing yourself for bridge pose. Just a simple bridge this morning as your inversion. Heels stay planted. Lift your hips. Slowly lower down. Bring the knees into the chest again. Reach down, grab your feet, and just begin some slow, mindful movement in Happy Baby. Start to explore. So even though you were moving slowly during your moon salutations, your hips got some opening. You did side lunges, you did goddess squats, you did crescent lunges, you did triangle. You actually opened every part of your body this morning. So just kind of explore, see how that feels. When you feel ready, place your feet together on the mat, knees together as well with the knees bent. Tune into your gentle, slow breathing, and as you exhale, let both knees drop to one side. As you inhale, bring them back up, and as you exhale, drop them the opposite direction. So it's just this beautiful, slow hip roll that coordinates with your beautiful, slow breaths. We'll go one more time on each side or whatever your body feels like it needs. And then the next time that the knees are pointing up, allow them to drop open and fall away from each other with the soles of the feet together. We pause here for a moment. And then we lengthen the low back. So the next time you inhale, press your low back into the mat. So you're tilting the pelvis back. Just hold that while you continue your slow, deep breaths. And then the next time that you exhale, release and let the natural arch return to your back. One more time, inhale, press the low back into the mat. Hold it as you continue to breathe. And as you exhale, release. Extend your legs. Separate your feet. Find your best, most relaxed and comfortable Shavasana position this morning. Allowing your eyes to gently close. Allowing your jaw to soften, the neck to relax, your shoulders to soften. Take an extra deep breath in through your nose. And as you exhale through your mouth, make sure that you're releasing any residual tension. Just breathe it out so that you are 100% relaxed. Notice how your breathing begins to slow down and it gets shallower. Notice how the thoughts become quieter and simply begin to fade into the background. I want you to think back to what we talked about as being lunar energy. It's soft, it's gentle, it's slow. It has a feminine energy to it. It's intuitive, it's nurturing. I want you to imagine that as you are lying in Shavasana today, you are bathed in a beautiful silvery moonlight. And you feel that you are being infused with all of those qualities. Bathed in beautiful silvery moonlight. You feel nurtured, you feel calm, you feel gentle. You're in touch with your intuition. You feel soft, you feel safe and nourished. You feel held, taken care of, in tune, relaxed. So always, always, we strive for balance. When we feed into particular energies without balance, for instance, solar energy, if we don't balance that with lunar energy, we might become overly aggressive or hyperactive or even impulsive or reckless. If we don't balance our lunar energy with solar energy, we can become so relaxed that we become apathetic or even lazy. So always we're taking the best of what each of these energies offers and we're bringing them into balance. So the moon offers us that beautiful, deep relaxation and intuition. I want you to feel back into your body now and feel the level of relaxation that you've achieved. That balance, while there is no moon or new moon, so no moon energy these next few days, we bring in this lunar energy. Begin to move your fingers and toes a little bit. Begin to breathe deeper. And on your next inhale, spread your fingers and toes, and as you exhale, relax them. Taking an even deeper breath in, stretch and reach through arms and legs. And then as you exhale, relax. Bend your knees. I'd like you to roll to your right side, and if you can, please stay on your right side for 3 full breaths. As you finish out your 3rd breath on your right side, press yourself up to sitting. So for our pranayama today, we're going to be doing a moon breath, of course. So Chandra Bedana is a left nostril breath. There are variations on it. Today we'll keep it pretty simple. We'll keep it just all through the left side, inhaling and exhaling through the left nostril. And what I'm going to have you do is tune in a little bit differently as we do this. So I would like for you to take your left hand, put your thumb at your navel and let the hand spread out below that. So you can really feel your lower abdomen, like basically where your bladder is, your 2nd chakra, Svadhisthana chakra. And I want you to let the breath come and go from there. So instead of your chest and your upper belly expanding and contracting, I want you to try and breathe where your left hand is. Use your right thumb to block your right nostril. And now we're just going to be inhaling and exhaling slowly and deeply through the left nostril only, but I want you to feel it down here around your bladder meridian. Off you go. Finish out the breath that you're on. Allow both hands to rest palms up on your knees or thighs. Allow your breath to remain gentle and soft. Simply notice how you're feeling right now. Your body, your thoughts, your emotions, energy. And bring back to mind the intention that you set for your practice. Thank it and let it go. It has served its purpose. Bring back to mind the intention that you set for your day. Perhaps re-solidify that or adapt it or alter it if you need to. And then finally, bring back to mind the intention that you set for the month ahead. Recommit to that. New moons are powerful times for committing to new endeavors or new ways of being or even new ways of seeing. Bring your palms together in gratitude. Gratitude for both types of energy, solar and lunar. We need them both. We need to be able to take action. That's the solar energy. And we need to be able to tune in and listen. That's the lunar energy. Gratitude for this practice that allows us to strive for balance in all things. Take one more deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We bring our palms together in front of our foreheads, reminding us to be present. We bring our palms together in front of our mouths, reminding us to speak our truth. We bring our palms together in front of our hearts, reminding us to keep our hearts open, wide open, to always be kind, to be compassionate, and to let love flow both ways. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I appreciate you immensely. Namaste.